Yang is the worst written character in Team RWBY. Now, before I get started, I just want to make one thing clear. There is nothing wrong with liking Yang, okay? If you like that character, that's great, awesome. This is just one man's opinion, my opinion. Okay, so why do I think Yang is the worst? Well, she had back-to-back bad volumes. Volume 5.
Why would you do something like that? I mean, what is wrong with you?
And Volume 6. There wasn't a single thing the writer did that worked for me. Well, to be fair, I did like that she challenged Osmond early on, but just about everything else was a tragedy of errors. She holds no resentment towards Blake, but she's ready to beat her uncle's ass.
Hey.
She doesn't have any meaningful conversations with her little sister, even though RWBY is the only reason she's there.
If RWBY sticks around, then I will too.
And of course we have Yang's PTSD arc, an arc that was supposed to correlate with her fear of Adam.
Do you think Adam's still out there?
Yang came face to face with Adam, and we found out the whole thing is a farce. Yang does not have to struggle through her PTSD. There is no payoff to this arc whatsoever.
Oh, but vexed. Yang is afraid. She's overcoming her fears.
Really? Okay, I want to take this moment to talk about something. I'm sure you guys have heard of this thing called storytelling, right? Now, this is just my opinion, but if you want the audience to believe the characters are overcoming their fears, you have to show them overcoming their fears. You can use visual storytelling, like actually show the character being afraid while still standing tall. Or you could use internal monologue, which is very popular in anime. Ultimately, you have to do something, anything. You tell me, does this sound like someone who's afraid?
He gets to dish out damage without having to feel it? That's just cheap. That's just cheap.
That's just cheap.
She's mocking his semblance mid-fight as if they're playing a video game. I mean, come on.
Do you think you're faster than you were at Beacon?
I have to believe that Yang is pretending to be rattled here. She lulled him into a false sense of victory. It's the only thing that makes sense given what's presented.
I may not be faster, but I'm smarter.
Guys, if her PTSD wasn't going to be a factor while fighting the man that gave her the disorder, what was the point of it all?
Oh, so you want to see Yang crying on the floor in a fetal position?
Easy there, straw man. No one is saying that. I just wanted it to matter. That's it. That's it. Maybe PTSD shouldn't have been the rub for this character. Maybe the writers should have focused on Yang being famous for all the wrong reasons.
I don't know what Beacon's headmaster's teaching his students, but that was disgraceful. Completely uncalled for.
The world saw you attack an innocent student. They've already drawn their own conclusions.
Yang should be recognized everywhere, but the writers forgot. It could have been interesting to see how Yang dealt with that fame. Oh well, I guess they weren't interested in that. They were more concerned with laying the foundation for this romantic relationship.
No, but seriously, like Bumblebee, y'all.
Too bad it doesn't feel earned. There's no build up to it. The two don't communicate in a satisfying way.
I'm not leaving. I'll protect you.
What?
What?
I mean, help me out guys, I'm a bit confused. Yang gets all mad at Blake for treating her like a victim. And then the next time we see the two together, Yang looks at her all googly-eyed. Oh, so we're just going to ignore the fact that Yang is frustrated with how Blake is treating her? Awesome.
Vexed, you're forgetting that Blake almost died. So, Yang's not mad anymore.
Well, thank you for that headcanon, but it's not your story to tell. It's theirs. They need to tell it. Yeah, so that's why Yang is the worst. Now I know what some of you are thinking. What about Volume 7? Well, Yang wasn't as prominent in this volume, but she had her moments. For example, she doesn't thank Ironwood for sending her the new metal arm.
Brand new, state-of-the-art Atlas tech. Before I could even talk to him, General Ironwood already had one of his top scientists working on this. For you.
A piece of Atlas technology being given out like that is rare indeed. Not to mention the effort it took to deliver it here.
He wanted me to tell you that you fought admirably. You should be proud of yourself.
She instead goes behind his back and tells Robin the truth about his plans.
How did Robin know about the Global Communications Project?
We told her.
Now, this isn't necessarily bad writing. Maybe we're supposed to think she's an awful wench.
You bitch!
To be fair to Yang, she was the only one who wanted to tell Ironwood the truth about Salem.
We're really not gonna tell Ironwood what happened to Oz? What we learned about Jin? About Salem? I trust RWBY, but I think he deserves to know what he's stepping into.
Unfortunately, that doesn't go anywhere. Yang spends most of Volume 7 training with Blake, dancing with Blake, and staring at Blake.
Sorry, just not used to the new hair yet.
So yeah, that's the current status of the character. She's nothing more than one half of a ship.
Name something you're excited for that's coming up in RWBY. Will they kiss?
But maybe I got this all wrong. Perhaps my tiny little brain just can't comprehend this character. If only there was an official RWBY book that has character breakdowns. Wait a minute, there is such a book. Are you guys familiar with the official RWBY companion book? It's the definitive companion piece for the show.
Ooh, it's heavy. It is. It's the official companion. Better be heavy.
Let's flip on over to Yang's page. At the top of her section, the very first thing you see is a passage that summarizes the character. It says this:
Yang's simmering anger stems from her feelings of abandonment, and she is consequently extremely protective of her younger sister. Yang lost her mom like RWBY, but then Yang had to fill that same role.
Well, it shows all of her weapons too. That's cool.
Good job, guys. You got me.
You know, you would think I'd be numb to this by now. I have a problem with every bit of this. First of all, Yang doesn't have abandonment issues. We've been over this, so I won't focus on that too much. Let's focus on the next line. Her feelings of abandonment led to her being extremely protective of her younger sister? Wow. Guys, I have a question. When exactly has Yang been extremely protective of RWBY? Was it when she ditched her on their first day at Beacon? Was it when she grabbed Blake's hand and left RWBY with her depressed uncle in the grim-infested house? Or was it when she kept her mouth shut after her baby sister volunteered to tango with Godzilla?
RWBY, when I said trial by fire,
I did it at Beacon. You really think you can do it now?
I don't have a choice.
Have you heard from RWBY? What about Blake?
She went after an alpha.
You look for RWBY. I'll meet up with Blake.
Do you see where I'm going with this? Yang is not extremely protective of RWBY, but here's the problem. It's in the official companion book. That's what they believe the character is. So follow the logic. This is what they consider to be extremely protective.
I can't believe my baby sister's going to Beacon with me. This is the best day ever! I'm so proud of you! I'm gonna be leaving for Beacon soon. I want to make sure my little sis could hold her own while I'm gone. I've always got your back, sis.
Guys, they believe this is a consequence of her abandonment issues. Ladies and gentlemen, follow the logic. What's the evidence of Yang's abandonment issues? According to these writers, every time she's shown being a loving and caring sister.
I love you.
Oh my word. I could stop there, but we're not done. Let's analyze the last bit of this nonsense. Yang lost her mom like RWBY? They say that as if they don't share the same parents. Yang and RWBY were raised by the same damn woman. Yang's mom is Summer Rose.
Her name was Summer Rose, and she was like super mom.
You know, it's a shame they keep ignoring Yang's connection to Summer Rose. Yang spent more time with Summer than RWBY, but when the topic of Summer comes up, Yang is nowhere to be found.
Your mom, Summer, would be proud of you.
Her last mission.
When she didn't come back, I've been seeing just as in the dark as myself and your father.
What do you think she would have done?
Pressed on, I think. Like you.
These are the family conversations that Yang should be a part of. Yang and RWBY have not had a single conversation about what happened to Summer. Does Yang not care about her supermom? What the hell happened to Yang and RWBY's relationship? Hey Yang, did your newfound love for Blake make you forget you have a sister? Their bond should be stronger than ever, but that's not what we're getting. They don't have meaningful conversations anymore. It's really a shame. Talk to your little sister, you clown of a character. Take notes from Winter. She's a better sister than you.
I suppose I understand.
So those were my thoughts on Yang. Nothing about the character excites me at the moment, but hey, at least we can look forward to her kissing Blake, am I right?
The General's heart seems to be in the right place, but that doesn't mean we should trust him yet. And I can tell you, ambushing a huntress who's just trying to help isn't an option I'm thrilled about choosing. The General's heart seems to be in the right place, but that doesn't mean we should trust him yet. Amity Coliseum, all these supplies, they're for a new communications tower. The General's heart seems to be in the right place, but that doesn't mean we should trust him yet. Tell me again. A new communications tower.
You know, if you still think Blake is the worst, I won't argue. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Take it easy in the comments, okay? This is just my opinion.